And with the subscription, you get your preferred seats for the entire season, you get the best prices, you get discounts on additional tickets you buy, and you get our fabulous rewards card, which gets you discounts at local establishments like the Bridgewater, Broken Back Brewing, Merriman Social, Transfer Pizzeria, and many more. So it's pretty great, right? But even though we're currently talking about next season, we still have a lot of good things coming up in this season, including Sweet Steak, which opens this week. Now, I've seen a few runs of the show, and it's really exceptional. You are not going to miss this one. The box office will be open after the presentation. But whether you're a subscriber, a single ticket buyer, volunteer, or an artist, we're so grateful for your support, and we're honored that you chose to be here with us tonight for this announcement. So with that, let's get on to the main event. Please welcome to the stage Next Act's Artistic Director, Cody Yates.
Season announcement party! This year's season features a wonderful mix of new voices, Next Act veterans, and theatrical powerhouses. Each of these 4 plays we have chosen leads with heart, while engaging complex issues and thought-provoking themes. We will kick off our subscription slate with a funny and heartfelt play about 2 passionate teenagers navigating the trials and tribulations of self-discovery, an experience audiences of all ages can relate to. We are also thrilled to present a world premiere play by a Wisconsin playwright that chronicles the rise and fall of an empire that began right here in Wisconsin. This play with music is, I believe, a can't-miss experience for Milwaukee audiences. Additionally, I am delighted to revive a Tony Award-nominated contemporary classic that is provocative, hilarious, and deeply touching. We will close out the season with a brilliant script by an up-and-coming voice in the American theater that offers jaw-dropping performances in a play celebrating the fine art of drag. Together, these 4 productions create a season that is joyful, daring, entertaining, and unmistakably Next Act. I can't wait to share it all with you. Okay, let's get to it. I have invited the directors and one of the playwrights for next season here tonight to help me announce our upcoming season. Please welcome director Elise Edelman, who will be kicking off our season this fall.
In 1990s New York City, Orthodox Jewish teens and lifelong best friends, Zalmi and Shmuel, are intent on saving the world from behind the wheel of their mitzvah tank van. But when a curious outsider deepens Zalmi's interest in the secular world of rock and roll and roller skates, Shmuel will have to do everything in his power to keep his and Zalmi's dreams intact. This road trip romance is a funny and heartwarming ode to the turbulence of youth, the universal suspicion that we don't quite fit in, and the faith in friends that see us through. Next Act patrons saw this script as a stage reading back in December, and now we look forward to its return as the first show of our 2026-2027 season, opening September 18th. 2026 is Drake by Lindsay Joel. Production will feature Milwaukee favorite Rachel Zintek and the Next Act on-stage debut of AJ Magoo. just fantastic. I was drawn to this play immediately. Not only because I've long admired the writing of Lindsay Joel, but upon my first read of the script, when he gave me the play to read, I immediately thought, I know these guys. This play is about two 18-year-old boys from the Chabad community who are best friends. They've grown up together and they've always imagined a future side by side. And I think that we all know, or we all remember, being 18 years old in a car or a van with your best friend, ready to ride or die. You're listening to your favorite music, and you're imagining who you want to be and who you want to be together. The title of the play is Treif. That is a Yiddish word that translates to forbidden or unkosher, something outside of what is allowed. But this isn't really a play about breaking rules. It's about what happens when the future you imagine with someone no longer lines up. What I love about this play is that while the world is incredibly specific, the story is universal. If at first the black suits and the beards and the yarmulkes may make the boys look visually different, what remains at the end of the play is something recognizable. Two kids who are growing up and perhaps growing apart. And I think it's worth saying that this is a story that is endearing, and it's loving, and it's funny, and it's awkward, and it's full of everything that all the young people feel when everything is important and everything is possible. I'm so excited that we're doing it, the full production next year at Next Act, and I guarantee you are going to want to join us in the mitzvah.
Thank you, Elise. The second play in our season is a world premiere by Heidi Armbruster and will be directed by yours truly. Comedy, songs, entertainment, step right up as Heidi Armbruster chronicles the rise and fall of the Ringling Brothers, 5 boys from Baraboo, Wisconsin. The story of their circus, the greatest show on earth, is bookended by the brothers' scrappy beginnings and difficult ends. The Boys from Baraboo tells the uniquely American story of a death-defying entertainment empire. Music, storytelling, grit, and charm create a tale that is equal parts vaudeville revue and prestige drama. This brand new play that Next Act commissioned will feature Laura Gordon and Brian Money, with more casting to be announced soon. Here is a video from playwright Heidi Armbruster, who could not be with us here tonight because she is starring in a play at the Atlantic Theater off Broadway.
Hi all, it's Heidi Armbruster, playwright I had planned times to go to some Ringling Brothers specific location in New York City and film this video, like the Waldorf Astoria or Madison Square Garden or John Ringling's apartment on Park Avenue. But it's like 20 degrees below zero, so I'm back in the theater in Atlanta. I'm so excited to get to make this play at Next Act with some of my most favorite artists. Next Act is really the closest thing I have to a music film, and also that Brian Money and Laura Gordon are going to be part of the experience. The genesis of the play is because I grew up in Baraboo, Wisconsin, home of the Ringling Brothers and their winter quarters, and of course later the Circus World Museum. And my friend, my very BFF at the time, her dad was with me on mission to be the talent scout for the Circus World Museum. So we would do these incredibly elaborate routines in the backyard to try to, get scouted for the circus and live our circus dreams, which did not happen in my case. Although Julie did go on I guess I ended up doing this. The other really fascinating thing about this play is that it was commissioned, thank you, Ms. Jack, and I just kept asking Cody questions, like, can I have 6 people in the cast? And he was like, yeah. I was like, can there be music? And he was like, yeah. Can the first act be a musical? And he was like, I mean, okay. Yeah. And also playing instruments. And he was like, I mean, but anyway, we're doing it. Quite a bit. And I'm excited. Thank you all. And I wish I could be there in person with you. Till soon.
Now, the third play in our 2026-2027 season, directed by my longtime friend, Laura. Please welcome Laura, who will tell us what she will be directing for us.
Hi, everybody. Yellow. Laura Blur. Okay. In a seemingly perfect, well-to-do Victorian home, proper gentleman and scientist Dr. Giddings has innocently invented an extraordinary device for treating hysteria of women and occasionally men. The vibrator. Adjacent to the doctor's laboratory, his young wife tries to tend to their newborn daughter and wonders what exactly is going on in the next room. From one of the most influential playwrights of this century comes a smart, classy, electrifying comedy about longing, intimacy, and what it truly means to love someone. Coming to the next step stage in February of 2027 is In the Next Room, or The Vibrator Play by Sarah Wood. This Tony Award-nominated play will feature next act's incredible Elise Edmond, and introduce the next act audience to the powerhouse that is DVDs. Woo! Yeah. More casting to be announced soon is the theme of the night. If you do not know Dee Batiste, what an extraordinary artist that I've gotten to know the past few years. You all know Elise. There's so much more exciting casting to come. And yeah, Cody, thank you so much for letting me direct this play. Cody asked me a few years ago, what I would want to do, what I would want to direct for next act, and this play has always just kind of been on the top of my list. I love Sarah Wool. I've only seen this play produced once, but it just has, it's like name Laura's favorite things, and they're all in this play. Women's health, sensuality, romance, love, snow. It's such a beautiful play. And we were also talking about like what we could do in the winter season that's not like a holiday play, but feels that kind of warmth and raw breeze. And a lot of what I've been thinking about lately with the play is a few years back I was reading this book about midwifery. And my husband was in the room with me while I was reading. And I tend to get it, I feel a lot of feelings. So as I was reading a lot about the transition that happened when women kind of left that field in the early 19th century, which is also when our play is set, because doctors started to take over, a lot of men started to come in and take over this profession, and the amount of knowledge that was lost in the birth world was unbelievable. And so I'm reading, and Nate tells the story, and he just hears me be like, and I'm just like making my church lady sound. And then at some point I look up and I'm like, God, get the men out of the room. And this has just become kind of like a shorthand in our marriage. When we see something or there's a headline, and we just are like, oh God, get the men out of the room. And then I was thinking about when it comes to this play, it's not about being in separate rooms, it's what would happen if we could all be in the same room? What if I wasn't saying get the men out of the room? What if the men let the women be in the room and we all got to be in the same room together? And what kind of communication happens when you can be vulnerable, when you can share your secrets with each other in the most what a great thing to talk about and to do right now. And what could be more theatrical than gathering in the same room and being vulnerable together. So I'm so excited to work on it. I'm so excited to share it with you all, with this incredible team that we're gathering together in the winter time next year. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Laura. The final play of our 2026-2027 season will be directed by Didi Batiste, who has recorded a video for us to tell us what she will be directing.
Courtney Barron would like to welcome you to her play, The Delicate Twist of the Sacred Grandmother's People. From African gods and goddesses to Judy Garland and Whitney Houston, this play uses icons, legends, camp, and drama to tell the story of two friends living and dying in rural Georgia in 2004. Terry Guest's role in the play explores identity and illness while unapologetically celebrating Black queer life with all its joys and sorrows. Next April, Next Act Theater presents At the Wake of a Dead Drag Queen. I'm Party at the Wake. I'm bringing around heels. Hi, I am Dee Batiste. I'm the director of At the Wake of a Dead Drag Queen. What draws me to this story is simple, and I think it wouldn't be a stretch to say that there are several marginalized communities right now experiencing collective trauma, collective grief, and it is manufacturing one of my favorite human expressions, which is collective resilience. And resilience is an expression of the human existence that requires hope. It requires joy, it requires fight. There's so many things mixed up in this word, right, of resilience. And often it's experienced by people who are going through some of the first times in their lives. And in this piece specifically that Terry Guest has written, that resilience is fortified through friendship. It's fortified through found family, through chosen family. And I think that that expression and that connection, right, human connection, is really important. It's an important story to tell right now. How do you mourn joyfully? How do you survive some of the toughest moments in your life and still lit and joy and grandness of everything in the world is telling you that you're smaller than that and that your pain doesn't matter. And I think what Terry Guest does is so beautifully. He holds up this human experience to the light and shines through with his humor and these two beautiful souls, what it means to survive together and how to add grace and style and grandness to that. And that's a story that we all need right now. It's a story I need right now. Teaching people how to survive and make it look really big. It is something I'm really excited to share with the Next Act community. And very thankful to be entrusted with such an important story right now. And for all of the heaviness and the themes that are in this piece, nobody will leave without feeling fortified. And that's a little bit of magic that I can't wait to share with everybody.
That's our season! To guarantee your seats to these entertaining and powerful plays, be sure to renew your subscription. Or, if you don't have one yet, buy a new one. You can do either tonight, right here, right now. Our ticket office is open and Jen would love to sell you a subscription. If you're interested in getting more involved in any of these productions, please visit our development manager, Tani Thompson, at the check-in table. She'd be happy to speak with you about sponsorship opportunities. I look forward to seeing all of you at our upcoming play, Swing State, by Rebecca Gilman. The play features Tammy Workentine, Elise Edelman, Kelly Strickland, Jack Lancaster, and it is directed by me. Performances start on Wednesday of this week, and the play runs through March 8th. It's very good, and I can't wait for you to come see it. Thank you all so much for being here. Good night!